Welcome back to the class of Environmental Awareness and Disaster Management. In today's session, we will ponder on environmental legislation and Environment Protection Acts and learning about Wildlife Protection Act, Forest Conservation Act, environmental ethics. Wildlife Protection Act 1972. The Wildlife Protection Act 1972 was passed on August 21, 1972, but it got implemented on 9 September 1972. After the Stockholm Convention on Environment, the Government of India responded by formulating an act for the protection of wildlife, which referred to the terrestrial and aquatic animals and their habitats. Earlier, there was a law for animals called the Wild Birds and Animals Protection Act 1935. The main objectives of the Wildlife Protection Act are as follows. 1. The Act provides protection of wild animals, birds and plants, and to ensure the ecological and environmental security of India. 2. The Act consists of laws that prohibit the hunting of wild animals and the use of animal traps except under certain circumstances. 3. The Act provides for the protection of hunting rights of the scheduled tribes in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. 4. The Act has regulations for the security of animals that are in danger of becoming extinct. 5. The Act provides for the license to people for the animals which can be hunted, like deers and ducks. 6. The Act provides for setting up more animal protected parks and helps for the cultivation of plants. 7. The Act provides for the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. 8. The Act empowers the officials to enforce the regulations and laws and to punish people if found guilty. Forest Conservation Act 1980. The Indian Forest Act 1927 is a comprehensive legislation which was needed in the country, and it helps improve the previous laws regarding forests which existed during the earlier years. The Forest Conservation Act 1980 was established, which authorized the central and state boards to identify the areas for reserved forests and the protected areas. The objectives of the Forest Conservation Act 1980 are as follows. 1. The Act has certain restrictions on the power of the state government in regards to the preservation of forests or using the forest land for other purposes. 2. The Act defines the roles of the central government and the state government. The state government cannot make amendments on the provisions of the Act without the prior approval of the central government. 3. The Act has laid regulations on assigning the forest land or any portion for lease to any private person or private organization. 4. The Act contains strict laws and regulations that emphasize rules on cutting down of trees or clearing the land of forests which have grown naturally in that land for the purpose of using them for reforestation. 5. The Act has defined that the violation of any act is punishable and the offender can be imprisoned for a period extending up to 15 days. 6. A forest consists of renewable natural sources and should be looked upon as a source of revenue. Environmental ethics. Environmental ethics defines human beings and other non-human entities such as animals, plants, and others as part of the environment. Environmental ethics plays an important role in establishing moral grounds for social policies aimed at protecting the Earth's environment and mitigating environmental degradation. Environmental ethics assists in maintaining an ecological balance between the environment and the human beings, along with the non-human entities of plants and animals. It is necessary to follow environmental ethics voluntarily and use moral values while dealing with important functional aspects of the environment. Environmental ethics is divided into three branches. 1. Anthropocentrism. According to this philosophical theory, human beings have total control over the environment. They are considered as an important entity in the environment. 2. Biocentrism. This theory emphasizes that human beings and also non-human beings are important aspects of the environment. 3. Ecocentrism. This philosophy theory is based on the environmental principle, which gives importance to nature, and its values are not totally human-centered. Hope you've all understood this unit. Thank you so much. Till we meet again.